Well, the Niners
Or
are 3-0 in their division, and I think they're the third best team in their division.
hmm.
This, I mean,
You're talking about standings, or you're talking about how good you
like
think
they're
they
the
are?
actual third best team in the league. Their standings might be first. It
No,
it
they're not.
isn't, but
Not with 3 losses. Yeah.
no, like the Seahawks are better. The Rams are better. I mean, even if the Niners go out and beat the Rams this weekend, I'm going to have a hard time saying that the Niners are better than the Rams.
Hmm.
I mean, did you guys watch the game last night, Sunday night? Darnold,
I saw some of it. Yeah, he was
dude,
dealing.
he looks so good.
He looked Mac Jonesian for a little bit.
Almost, not quite that good. It was funny because I think we had mentioned something about, was it Sam Darnold or was it someone else who had a hot start, and we
It
were
was
like, "What are
Josh
you talking
Allen
about?"
because we were saying
Oh,
that
it was Josh Allen. Yeah,
Josh Allen was almost as good as Mac Jones.
yeah, but I think Darnold was like 13 for 13 at one point too. So
Yeah,
like
he also was almost as good as Mac Jones. You're right.
I know, couldn't quite get to 14. And there was one touchdown throw from last night where I don't know, maybe they're 10 or 15 yards away from the end zone, and he's just kind of sliding to his left away for some pressure and just kind of flicks the ball out, and it just hits the receiver in the back of the end zone, like perfect placement. It's just like, and the ball just zipped like quick. It's like,
Wasn't
dude,
there a thing like
Darnold's
that?
talented, man. He's good.
Wasn't there a thing that year that he was with the Niners that somebody said like one of like Mayoko or one of the
It was
longtime
Mayoko. I already
reporters
know
is
what you're
like
referring to.
he's
Yeah.
the greatest thrower of the football he's seen or something like that,
Yeah.
and he got all kinds of grief, but yeah, maybe
Darnold can sling it. But yeah, I mean, when you have, Joe Montana, as great of a quarterback he wasn't great because he had Dan Marino's arm talent.
no.
He was great because he was an okay athlete, but he was just a winner. He could throw 3 picks in a game and still beat you. Like, he was just a winner.
Yeah.
And Steve Young was the one who had, like, the talent, the athleticism, the arm.
Even his arm was not. It wasn't like he was known for being,
Not a
strong arm.
huge
Like
arm, but just like
yeah,
pinpoint accurate. He was like a lefty mobile Drew Brees or something, to kind of put it in modern terms for Chase. He was the most accurate quarterback in the sport until Drew Brees,
hmm
like historically and statistically.
hmm
Um, so yeah, I mean, to say that Darnold's got a more talented arm than those two guys is not a crazy take. It just sounds crazy because you're like, Joe Montana, 4 Super Bowls. What are you talking about? But it's like, what is he actually saying? He's saying it's a football throwing contest and Darnold's better. That's
yeah,
not a crazy take.
right.
Sam Darnold's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's a big game quarterback. I think he's going to shrink in the playoffs.
You think?
Yeah,
However,
we'll
I am a
see.
believer in the Seahawks. They're a top 5 team, in my opinion. They're so well balanced offensively, defensively. They have a good offensive line, a good defensive line now. They've drafted well and built this thing up over a number of years. They've got good coaching. They're going to suck to play against for like the next at least probably like 4 or 5 years.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that last part. I'm happy to go against them because I trust what Shanahan and Lynch are cooking up. But I do agree that the Seahawks are really dang good. And I really like they had a great offseason. To ship out DK, to ship out Geno, and then to get better in both of those position groups is really impressive. And yeah, their D line's coming along. Their O line has been bad for a while, and it seems like it's finally getting a little bit better. But it doesn't even have to be that great because Darnold is athletic and he's got a huge arm, so he can move. And they got 2 good backs. Seems like they don't quite know how to use either one, but they're both good. So
The
yeah,
key to beat the Seahawks, because their run game still hasn't really gotten going. They're kind of just average, maybe. And I think it's because their O line is more a pass protecting O line than a run blocking O line. So the key to beat the Seahawks, in my opinion, is a good pass rush, which obviously we don't have right now.
so we're screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Bosa closed that game in week 1. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Bosa's not coming back. Obviously, Mike Hill, now we know, is not coming back. Bryce Huff is good in bursts, but he's not like take over a game good. So,
Maybe here and there he could.
well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like bursts. Like he's like, whoa, that first half, man, he was crazy, and then the second half, it's like, where was he?
We might need the Ferrari Bryce Huff if we're gonna beat the Rams.
They call him Bugatti Bryce on the
Yeah,
Niners radio station. Bugatti
Gotti
Bryce.
Bryce. He's gonna need at least like 2 sacks. Maybe one of them's a strip sack.
They're gonna need a lot of help to beat the Rams. We can talk about it a little bit after I run this intro. All right, the Niners just absolutely handled the Giants. Um, that was a fun game to watch, but man, it seems like the Niners have to make a blood sacrifice for every win they get this year. Now it's Michael Williams. It's like I've seen jokes on social media of like, you guys have seen Avengers. I don't remember which Avengers it was, but um, Thanos. Someone asked Thanos like, "What did it cost?" Oh, to get the Soul Stone, I think, for the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's like, "Everything," because he had
Everything.
to throw Gamora off the cliff or whatever, right? So I
Yep.
saw this one meme where it had Christian McCaffrey is still healthy, but what did it cost? And it's like all the injured Niners. It's like everything. That it feels like. I mean, how far can Christian take this team? Because my goodness, he's losing help every single week.
Yeah, it's a one man show. It's the Christian McCaffrey show, and I don't know. I don't even want to give like a gonna make it through the full season. He's not this that. It's like that's the one player that if he goes down, all hope is lost, in my opinion, because he has been the man, and we know he's the man when he's healthy. It's proven. He's got a track record. He's got a resume. As long as him and Kittle are healthy, and either Mac Jones and Brock Purdy are available to play, I think the offense can move the ball. I think the offense can put up points. But if we lose one of those kind of three cornerstones, quarterback, tight end, or running back, ooh, the offense is going to suffer.
I mean, B Rob looked pretty good yesterday. I don't know. I'm not ready to say that like
Ryan
it's
Robinson,
yeah, it's not necessarily throwing the towel. Of course I'd rather have Christian. He's like such a unique player, like compared to everybody else, but like I don't feel like it's well, we lost Christian, now it truly is over. Like Robinson, I think he would be just fine. He wouldn't replace Christian, but you could still have an effective offense with him as your running back.
Um, I don't know. The Niners rely on Christian to convert third downs, and I don't know that Brian Robinson can do that. Maybe he can give them third and short by running the ball effectively, but I don't know that he can go out and beat somebody on a choice route and catch a 5 yard pass on 3rd and 3, which is Mike McCaffrey's specialty.
And they haven't really done that with him, but I remember him being a pass catching back in Washington.
really?
Like I know he has that ability, or he had it in their offense. I'm not saying that means he's Christian McCaffrey. Don't mistake that. I'm just saying that I feel like you could do a lot worse than Brian Robinson as your guy that steps in.
Well, this is a hypothetical I don't like to think about. However, that might mean Garindo's our third down back. He was a receiver back in the day. I don't know. Maybe they could piece it together. I agree. Brian Robinson's pretty good, and I wish they gave him more snaps. And I was kind of pissed towards the end of the game. I'm like, dude, put your backup running back in. When Christian got that last rushing touchdown, it's like it's cool. He had a big smile on his face, pat his stats. I was like happy about that. Maybe take over as the number one fantasy running back, try and claim that from Jonathan Taylor. But I'm like, what are we doing? Put your backup in there. Let him be the sledgehammer. He's juiced up. He's got a lot of energy because he hasn't played that much. Like, let him go bludgeon the Giants and take their souls away.
Yeah, they need a closer. They need their Jordan Mason closer, and they have him. It's Brian Robinson. I wish they'd use him. I'm fine with Christian McCaffrey getting 20 plus touches as long as like half of those are catches. I want Brian Robinson getting 10 rushing attempts a game. and Christian can get 10 to 15 and another 10 catches for all I care. But I would like to see them use Brian Robinson more specifically as a running back. I mean, I don't know that he's much of a pass catcher. Even in Washington, I feel like he had a year where he caught 12 balls in a season. But and I don't want Garendo on the field. Garendo and Sky Moore can get off this team as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, Sky Moore's had some plays here and there. He's had a couple plays. He didn't want to get tackled the other night. I'm putting a little bit of respect on Sky Moore's name, just a little bit.
Brian Robinson, his one kick return made Sky Moore obsolete. Although we don't have a punt returner, and I would have said like, hey, Ricky Pearsall can return punts, but Ricky Pearsall can't return punts because he can't get on the field.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson, can you return punts? Christian McCaffrey can. Should we get Christian some more touches on special teams? You know who else can return punts? Who might be on the trade deadline is Deebo Samuel.
I know. I saw that on Twitter. That was cracking me up.
I know. I saw people. I was telling Steven, I see people posting the picture of him like in Niners uniform carrying the ball and stuff, and they're like, "Whoa, he would look sick in a Niner uniform. Sick Photoshop." I wonder if I do wonder what he's thinking over there. I saw someone comment. They were like, the Niners could do the funniest thing, and they posted a picture of Javon Kinlaw.
Oh my gosh.
Just get the band back together.
Heck yeah, baby. I feel like Kinlaw's having a good season unless the reporters or a commentator said that when I was watching a game. They're like, Kinlaw's had a heck of a season. I don't know what the stats are.
I think it was I know what game you're talking about. I don't remember I don't remember the matchup, but I think it was a Thursday night game because it was a primetime game, which is why we were watching Washington. And I think it was Al Michaels.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, you can disregard anything Al Michaels says. I did, just out of curiosity, I Googled Javon Kinlaw PFF grade. Not that I care about PFF, but I was just curious. He's 61 out of 126.
Okay.
So he's your league average. As average as the day is long. Defensive tackle.
About where I would expect him.
Bummer of a bust. That was the CeeDee Lamb draft, I'm pretty sure, and I'm so butthurt we did not get CeeDee Lamb. I wanted CeeDee Lamb so bad.
I wanted because I thought the Niners were going receiver, so I was on CeeDee Lamb. I'm not joking when I say like I had Justin Jefferson as my number one wide receiver because everybody had the big four was CD, Justin Jefferson, Henry Ruggs, and Jerry Jeudy, and a lot of people really liked Jerry Jeudy, and I thought, and a lot of people had Justin Jefferson as like the fourth or fifth receiver in that class, which is where he went. And I remember watching his LSU highlights, like, dude, this guy looks insane, like really, really good. I thought this guy looks like the next Stephon Diggs. That's what he reminded me of, and he's obviously even better than that, which is kind of funny because he ended up being he was traded from the Vikings, and then they picked Justin Jefferson. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was kind of my comp with Stephon Diggs. But I also really liked Henry Ruggs, and
that one didn't work out.
I liked his skill set. I didn't like his decision making per se.
It's all speed. I thought. Like I didn't think he had much else to him.
He was speed, but he was a really tenacious and willing blocker. And I thought, ooh, Kyle might like him.
Shoulda, coulda. We'll never know.
And then they go D-line. I'm like, oh, okay.
I honestly can't remember who I wanted them to get that draft.
You know who the other guy I wanted was Jeremy Horn.
Who?
J.C. Horn?
J.C. Horn. Jeremy Horn used to fight in the UFC. He fought Chuck Liddell. That was a random name. J.C. Horn was the corner that I wanted.
And he ended up being an all-pro, right? An all-pro corner in Carolina, or no?
I don't know. He was battling injuries for a little while, but then he got paid, so I assume he had a big year.
I think he had an all-pro year one year.
I think he's pretty good. I remember not being on the receivers. I know Chasen was all about CD, and I was like, but
because CD was a big yak guy. He was like kind of bigger, stronger, really good route runner, and a big yak guy. And I was like, that's perfect for our offense. And he's blossomed into a top 3 receiver.
It would have been awesome if they took Wirfs. That would have been the real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only other player we've listed would have been Justin Jefferson, where you could say, like, yeah, they should have taken him. But, yeah, I mean, Wirfs was the pick. He was right there. They traded back one spot, and the Bucs are probably like, are you serious? You're going to trade back? You don't want this tackle? Okay. Even with Trent Williams, like, The Niners like, we got Trent Williams on the way. People just don't know yet. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, who's playing the other tackle? Like, you still want worse. I don't care if Trent Williams is on the team. Now you have the two best tackles in the league for the next 5 years.
Be pretty
Yeah,
sweet bookends.
that would be amazing. We might
And
run
then
people.
Wirfs, who was drafted by the Bucks to play right tackle, was really good. And then they moved him to left tackle, and he's still an All Pro. So like,
Mm-hmm.
he could have totally replaced Trent once Trent moved on. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
that
we
would have
don't.
been the move.
Speaking of the draft, how much
Uh-oh.
draft capital are you guys willing to give for Mr. Trey Hendrickson?
Not very much.
Yeah.
I'm all for the Niners going out and getting reinforcements. Like, but at this point, I'm like, go get the Keon Whites of the world. I don't need, no first round pick unless you're bringing in. Steven and I were talking about this. If you're going to go out and get Quinnen Williams,
Yeah.
okay, I'll pay for that. I'll pay
I'll
a
give up a
premium.
first round pick for Quinn Williams. So Chasen, I told
Wow.
Ryan, I kind of teased it. I said, maybe surprisingly, maybe not. Mikel's injury makes me want Trey Hendrickson less
Why?
because for one, I don't really see the point of adding him for this year because either they're going to surprise everybody and be more contenders than expected,
Mm-hmm.
or they're not going to be able to keep this going like they've been doing it, and it's a waste. It's a waste either way. I don't feel like
Yeah.
this team is in position to be a 1 year rental. We just need this little push to put us over the hump. They're either going to catch magic in a bottle and somehow do it even without Trey Hendrickson, or and that's longer odds, or the more likely outcome is they're not going to be able to be true contenders like Ryan was saying. Maybe they're still make the playoffs and out in the first round, or best case scenario win one game, whatever, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they're going to just be scrappy as hell, do their thing like they've been doing, and not have enough to claim the ultimate prize. So why would you give up any capital for that? But the other thing is, I feel like it made me want Quinnen Williams more losing Mikel, because I feel like that's what Mikel has been doing. Like, I think the run defense has been better as he's been getting better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that he gets all the credit. I'm just saying I know that was like already known as his strength. And I feel like as the season has gone on, and maybe it has to do with the teams the Niners have been playing, but their run D has looked better. And I feel like that's what
Yeah.
Quinnen Williams could come in, plug him in right away. And I also have visions of 2026 where you have a combination of Bosa, Williams, Bryce Huff still around, Mikel
Yeah.
slide inside. Like, good luck. Good luck on 3rd and long if that's the 4 D linemen we're trotting out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't got to convince me. I'm all in on Quentin Williams. I'd give up a lot for him. I think he's a super, super, superstar and would make our team so freaking good, especially when it's a healthy defense. I think it would be disgusting. I'm 50-50 on Trey Hendrickson. If they make the trade, I mean, depending on how much they give up, like I could convince myself that it's a good trade. I could get excited and think about, oh, now we're gonna have the pass rush to beat the Seahawks and blah blah blah, and start to come up with these reasons for why it's a good trade. But the other half is like, yeah, it's weird. We spent this offseason kind of ditching these expensive veterans, and now we're gonna bring one in. And we also spent the offseason bulking up our run defense, which has improved, and our pass rush has suffered. But now we're going to flip it and reverse it and bring in a guy who I don't know how good he is against the run, but I feel like I've heard he's average or not very good against the run. But
He ain't Bosa.
yeah, but it's like super good rushing the passer. So it's like it's a little bit backwards on what they've been trying to do. So I don't know. I kind of lean towards not doing it, but like there's also the fan in me that wants to put the most competitive team out there and wants to compete. So I don't know. We're going to know soon because the trade deadline's literally tomorrow.
My concern is that the Niners aren't going to be doing very much pass rushing this season because teams are going to be start going to start running the ball all over the Niners. Without
Hmm.
Michael now, without Bosa, without Fred,
Yeah.
teams are going to start averaging high threes, 4 or 5 yards a carry, and we're going to see a lot of third and twos and third and ones, and instead of third and six and third and seven.
Hmm.
So unless that's why I'm on the team Keon White. Go get bodies. I would rather them go get 2 or 3 guys who maybe we've never heard of, who can just be in a rotation, than go get one Trey Hendrickson. Because right now they need bodies. I mean, Steven, if you went to a game right now and they saw your size, they'd probably see if you could fit in some pads and put you out there.
Once they saw my speed, they would not though.
They'd
But
say, okay, actually, yeah, just go back to your seat, sir. Thanks for trying.
yeah,
Oh, is this a torn ACL in your past too? You'd actually do great here.
I already fit in.
Yeah, so and it's like they also need, like, you could probably use another corner. You could use a linebacker. Like their defense, they just need bodies. That there isn't that they are like in 2019. The offense was like, let's go get Emmanuel Sanders and let's unlock this offense because we don't have that type of player, and it really helped. This defense is not that. They need like 3 or 4 players on this defense to really make it a well-rounded unit, and it's just not going to happen. So I'm kind of just hoping they find somebody who's going to be around next year, who's under 30, ideally under like 28 even, and you don't spend too much on, and cross our fingers and hope that Brock, Ayuk, Pearsall can come back, George and Christian can stay healthy, and the offense can just start putting up 28 plus a game and carry this team
Win
to
some
the
shootouts. Yeah.
yeah to the Super Bowl, if obviously best case scenario. So yeah, that
So
I,
we,
yeah.
we
Go ahead.
we talked a lot early in the season, like even before the season, about the Niners' young defense, and I remember I was like saying how I was looking forward to them hopefully improving and growing and all of
Yeah.
that. Do you guys feel like you've noticed that as a whole, or just certain guys? Like, how are you feeling about the direction of the defense? Not just like one game here, one game there.
I think debatably the two most important guys on defense, and which were, in my opinion, Michael and Alfred Collins, the future of the D line there. They got better, better and better. It obviously sucked super bad for Michael to now miss all this time that he could be getting better, and then the offseason program he could be getting even better. But yeah, I think Michael got better and better as the season went on. I think Alfred did too. In terms of the other guys, I don't know. I feel like Upton's been getting worse, or maybe I don't know. I've been a little bit fed up with Upton recently. I'm not sure how you guys feel. But there's too many penalties. I'm seeing him getting burned. Seems like everyone loves him. They're like, he's a dog. He's gonna be so so good. And I'm like, okay, then yeah, I guess I can buy the long term vision. But he's kind of been making me upset. Siegel's been really bad. He never got better. So yeah, I feel like the D line got better. Connor Colby never got better. I'm just thinking of like the rookies that have gotten playing time. So yeah, those are the only two I can think of.
See, I like Upton. I feel like I see things that make me think he's going to be good. It's not just reputation or he's a dog or whatever. Like I see him making plays out there. I'm like, ooh, he's like right on that, or he's really close, and he's just a little rookie, right? Like
Mhm.
as soon as he figures this out a little bit more, I could see him really being a player. But that assumes that he's going to figure it out and keep improving.
Patrick Willis said on Twitter, I can't remember exactly his words, but he's very high praises of Upton Stout. He said he's going to be like franchise player, or whatever he said.
I
Oh.
I don't necessarily know that I'm willing to go that far, but I see promise and I see signs, in my opinion, to think, wow, this guy is going to be a player for us for a long time.
Yeah.
I I like the direction of the defense. They have a lot of youth. I At this point put Siegel out there as your starting safety. I don't care about the mistakes anymore. Put him out there. He needs to learn and get ready for next year. I don't want to see Jason Pinnock and these veterans out there anymore. If If
Yeah.
Mustafa and Siegel are your safeties of the next 3-4 years, then put him out there. Same thing with Up and Stout. Like he flashes in games, but he obviously makes mistakes too. So who cares? Put him out there and let him learn. Because I don't think this team is winning the Super Bowl this year. I'm sorry. So maybe you can win it next year if this rookie class really develops and can really take their games up a notch. My biggest concerns, Mike Hill's injury is really going to stunt his growth because by training camp next year, it's not like he's going to be, full training camp. Like, is he even going to be ready for week 1 next year? Probably not.
Probably not.
He's a
Probably be
big
something like
guy.
Malik Mustafa.
Yeah, Malik. I mean, man, he came back quick. I mean,
Yeah, I
let's.
said,
He
didn't
did.
Malik get injured in the last game? Like
Yeah,
literally the
final
last
game of
game?
the season, and he was just. There were rumors that he could play week 1. He obviously didn't, but he was clearly not far off.
See, I
Seems
think
like he's built different.
I don't
He's
know
also a smaller
how
guy.
I don't know how bad Mikel's knee was. Is it just the ACL,
I
or
have
did
no
he?
idea.
Yeah. So I haven't seen any reports that say like he also had meniscus damage and other ligaments or whatever. But like I feel like it is not crazy to think that he could be back for training camp.
Wow.
If it was, because I think that's what they're expecting for Bosa, but they kept saying that he was a clean tear, like it was just the
Yeah.
ACL.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because Nick's last knee injury was closer to Ayuk's, where it was like multiple ligaments, and this one was
right,
just ACL.
right. Now it all depends on how their bodies react to things and whatever. So it's very unknown. But I feel like Mikel's got some things going in his favor as long as he didn't shred it a lot more than we're realizing.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't necessarily see why he couldn't be back for week 1 and hopefully for most, if not all, of training camp.
I watched the play where he tore it. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
I saw it once. It's hard to tell what
Yeah.
happened.
It literally just looks like he's like kind of stumbling, moving towards the quarterback. He's applying a pressure. He hits Jackson Dart, and then I guess his cleat just gets stuck in the ground and twisted in an awkward way. Like, in no way does it look like he tore his ACL. It just looks like he kind of stumbled because he was getting half blocked and then just like fell to the ground.
Yeah. So, anyway, what I was saying was my concern with Mike Hill is just his lack of a training camp and development. Now it's going to set him back. We'll see. Maybe he'll be back. Maybe he won't. But he's going to have kind of like what Ricky Pearsall had his rookie year, where he missed everything, and then he's just like trying to learn during the season, and he's not able to practice, and it's a really difficult thing to do. I know
Yeah,
Kyle like really really emphasizes practice, and if you
Hmm.
can't get it, he's there's just very little development to be had there. That's why he said Alfred Collins started coming along because he was healthy. He was not healthy when they drafted him. He got healthy, started practicing. He's been getting better. The other thing that concerns me is the defensive coordinator because I don't. If he's not going to be here next year,
Hmm.
then I all of a sudden all these young players that are developing, I don't know how much I trust that they're going to continue to develop because we've seen
hmm,
with bad defensive coordinators, all of a sudden these players are like, man, I thought Jair Brown was kind of good, and then it's like when what's his face, the Cowboys special teams coordinator,
Steve Wilkes?
Sorensen.
Oh, sorry.
Sorensen, yeah, all of a sudden Sorensen's the coordinator. It's like, man, Jair Brown sucks. It's like, well,
Yeah.
does he, or does Sorensen suck? And Sala has a way of making um, a lot of guys at all three levels look good. So my
Yeah,
concern is if the Niners don't have Sala next year, then that would suck. But I really like Renardo Green. I love Mustafa. I'm hopeful and optimistic about Siegel and Stout and Collins. I'll throw in there as well. CJ West, I was big on in the draft. I Does he play?
TBD, TBD. He
No.
he he got hurt.
But is he like? Did he play against the Giants or was he out? I don't even know.
I don't know either,
I'm-
but I'm saying like all the points you're making about it's tough to get better when you're not playing. Like he got hurt early in the season and missed some time.
But his was like a thumb, so like he could still stay in shape. Like,
Well,
well,
that was his recent injury. I think he might have had like an ankle. twisted an ankle or something
Point
earlier.
is, like, I just don't think you can pass judgment on him right now.
Yeah. So
I
overall, and then the other concern is like like Fred Warner breaks his ankle, and D Winters is out there fighting through whatever he's fighting through, and Nick Martin still can't even get shoulder pads on Sunday.
That's concerning to me
That concerns me.
that he might be a bust. I'm low on Martin and CJ West. Wait, that's his name, right? CJ West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because they're not able to get out there, and I would think if that's because of how they've looked in practice. So I'm down on those two guys for sure.
I just think it's way too early. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't.
definitely. I mean, they're rookies. It is too early. I also was really high on Connor Colby, and he's been terrible. So I'm not sure about that one.
He needs to bulk up a
Um.
little bit.
He does.
Yeah. Connor Colby. I don't know. I'm not
I, wasn't
really
he a
watching.
seventh round pick or was sixth
He
round
Yeah.
was,
pick?
but he had the
Yeah.
body type. He had the athleticism. He's from Iowa. I got convinced that he was going to be the next
He just
corn
might need
fed
time to develop, though.
big
I mean,
fella. He might. I
I mean, Burford got healthy and they immediately replaced him. So
yeah.
mhm.
that kind of tells you
I'm
all
sure
you
that
need
if
to know
Burford
there.
would have been healthy, he would have never saw the field. I mean, yeah, there's a reason that these guys are drafted where they are, or yeah, I don't think it's time to be concerned about any of the rookies. I think let's see what
Well,
happens.
you were asking about the future of the defense and kind of the young guys. So
Yeah.
that I was just kind of mentioning that Nick Martin hasn't even put shoulder pads on this season yet. And they picked him in the third round.
Do
It's
you
like it
think
doesn't
though,
matter.
like now that you've seen Bethune out there, I mean, so I saw some comments, maybe it was by Sala recently, saying that a big reason for that is because Nick Martin hasn't been doing as well on special teams. So like if you're not going to be the starter, the way to get on the field is to do well on special teams. And so Curtis Robinson is like an ace on special teams. Gifford does really, really well on special teams. So it's like we're going to have these guys suit up because we can have them play on defense in spot work here and there. So it might be just that simple. It might also be that they're sending a message or a culture thing, like maybe he's not putting in the work that he needs to or doesn't have the same dog in him or whatever you want to call it. Like there's so many things that we just can't know. Like you could potentially go see a practice if you were able to sneak in and be like, "Oh my god, this dude's amazing. Why isn't he getting out there?" And it's like because the coaches don't, see something that they want to see yet. I don't. I'm just saying we don't know. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, year two will be kind of everything for Nick Martin because Curtis Robinson and Luke Gifford and these guys won't be here. And Fred will be coming off an ankle injury. So, um, I mean, they got Jair Brown playing strong side linebacker right now over Nick Martin. So,
I
I,
yeah. I'm pretty encouraged in general. Just to answer my own question, like I feel like there's a lot of reason for hope. I mean, I think the top two, like Chasen said, have been the ones that have shown the most so far. I'm also sounds like higher on Upton, at least than Chasen is. It sounds like Ryan, you're optimistic for him.
yeah,
Um,
he's a feast and famine player right now, which is kind of to be expected as a rookie. And if you can have a rookie show any signs of feast, then I think that's a good thing.
I feel like I'm not gonna say that he's the exact same guy, but he kind of reminds me of a young Lenore. Like I feel like that's how Diamador started. Like he
Yeah,
had some real feistiness and some plays where you're like, okay, man, you look great. And then there'd be plays where you're like, why do we have this guy in the field? And so
get this guy off the team. Yeah, I mean, Lenore is obviously just physically a little bigger. Upton
sure,
Stark's like
sure, yeah.
5'8", but and if you're gonna play in the slot, you gotta play the run, and he's just not a big guy, so he can get shoved around. Tight ends could bully him, backs could run him over, but that's why his mentality is important because he's not afraid of any of those guys. So
Yeah.
And he seems to me like he's pretty sticky in coverage, and at times a little too sticky because he gets penalties. So,
Yes.
but that
Yes.
I mean that play on Brian Robinson, that interception was such BS. But like that to me was, I thought that was a great play. It's plays like that where I'm like, this guy's, even if he's just the Niners slot corner for the next 3.5 years, and his second contract comes with someone else in free agency, it's a good pick,
Yeah.
and I think he can do that. And he's sneaky fast too. He's Solid could blitz him if he wanted to. Um, he almost had a sack. He almost sacked C.J. Stroud, I think,
Hmm.
on a blitz, but he was probably the only player on the Niners defense that had a quarterback pressure against the Texans
Literally.
because no one else was within like 3 yards of him.
Nope.
Um, was there anything else you guys wanted to touch on? I mean, any other players around the league that the Niners need to go get to complete this Super Bowl roster?
I mean,
Jason, do you like Bobby Wagner, future Niner?
no,
Steven
not
said
at
no.
not at his age. Is he on the trade block?
Well, Jane Daniels just like tore his elbow up, so he's done
Yeah, I
for the
saw
year.
that.
So the Washington Commanders are done for the year.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are now speculating some of their vets could get traded.
It'd be interesting to see if they actually do that.
Minka Fitzpatrick is a name I've seen going around.
Ooh, he's a stud. I don't know how old he is, but he's a freaking stud.
He's probably right around 30 now at this point. It's funny, he was drafted by the Dolphins, didn't even play a full season there. They immediately traded him to the Steelers. He was awesome, and then now he's back with the Dolphins. It would be funny if he got traded away from the Dolphins twice.
Yeah.
Wait, he's back on the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck? He's 28. He is
Oh.
like a stud.
Yeah,
I would
he's
be
really good.
super down. He's really good.
Is
Yeah.
he playing safety now, or is he still playing corner?
Free safety.
He's a
He's always
safety.
been a free safety.
I thought he started as a corner, but okay.
I don't think so. No, he's
I
free
think-
safety, 6'1", 207. He's like an all-pro player.
Yeah, there's your center fielder right there, and Mustafa can come up and lay the wood.
I would love that.
What kind of contract is he on right now? Like, how much is he getting paid? How many years?
Let me see.
Because that might
Probably a
matter.
lot.
Because if he's under contract next year and he's not,
That looks like a lot of money. Trying to figure out when he signed it though. So he's on a 4-year, $73 million contract.
the Dolphins gave him that.
No, he
Well,
signed it with the
probably
Steelers.
did.
Oh, and then they traded him.
Yeah.
Because then they realized, wait, he's a safety. We shouldn't be paying him that kind of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when he signed it.
I'm gonna say no
Oh.
thanks. I know
Are you
he's
on
the
Spot
man,
Track?
but
Well, it's all about the price, right? If it's a third round pick, then yeah, probably not. But if they were like, we'll take a sixth for him, like, okay, done.
Especially
Well,
if
we
you're
just
like-
gave away our sixth.
there goes your plan though for playing Siegel for the rest of the year. You don't trade for a guy like that and then sit him on the bench.
Well, no, I mean Siegel is now the backup if Minka Fitzpatrick's on the team.
Right.
Yeah. So actually, next year it goes down to only 13 million, and then the year after that is a void year, and then he would be a free agent. So it looks like he has 2 years left. The last one's a void year, and next year would only be 13 million. That's not that much,
His cap hit next year is 19 million though.
is it?
Yeah. His
a
dead
lot.
cap is 13 million for the Dolphins. But his cap hit next year is 18.85 million. Yes,
Honestly,
there
the-
would probably have to be some contract reconstruction there.
Number 11 overall pick in 2018.
The position that I would want them to
Traded
chase the
immediately.
most,
They
is
drafted
the
him and
pos-
traded him. It's crazy.
the position that I would want them to go after the most is the position that nobody will trade, and that's an offensive lineman. Like
Hey.
it's the most valuable thing I feel like in the league, other than a stud quarterback, right? Like there's just not enough good offensive linemen. So if you have one, you don't trade him.
Do you know who Jackson Powers Johnson is?
Is
I
he the guy
know-
on the Raiders, the
I know
center?
the name. Yeah. Is
Yeah,
that
he's the center for the Raiders.
Yeah.
He's
I'm all
good
in.
and he's young, and some
Raiders-
people have speculated the Raiders don't want him anymore.
If they
But
don't
there's
want him,
also,
then yes, swoop in and like save him. But uh,
but the reason why isn't because he's like, um, I don't know. The reason why, from what I've heard, is because he's like, he's talented and he's good, but he's lazy.
Oh,
hmm,
that's not good.
Now, is he
I
lazy because he's like, fuck the Raiders, they suck, and I don't want to play on this stupid team, and I just don't care anymore? And
Yeah,
if you sent him to Kyle Shanahan, all of a sudden he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'll try here. This is a lot. This is way more fun."
yeah,
Or
you'd
is
have
he
to
just
keep
like
him
a
in the
guy
game.
who's like, "I play football because I make money, not because I love this game."
I was reading about him a little bit, and I read that he was like a center and was really, really good. Then they moved him to guard, and he hasn't been as good at guard. And so people are like, "Why are you not letting him play center where he was like an elite center?"
That would be a very Raider thing to do.
Yeah,
That would also be a very Niner thing to do. Draft tackles and be like, "You're a guard now." They love doing that. But
they
yeah, I
do.
mean, he's a center. He's like 24 or something. Yeah,
I like it.
unless he's a lazy, if he doesn't really care, then it wouldn't work. So
Yeah.
well, I
Well,
wonder if they really are giving up on him. Maybe he could be had for not too much. I don't know.
it's very interesting that all the reports of the Niners are being very aggressive. I see like literally the word very. So I'm like, sounds like we're gonna land somebody other than the guy that
But
they
it
got from the
probably
Patriots.
won't be a name that you're thinking.
And I'm
they're
fine with
very
that.
aggressively pursuing Arden Key.
Yeah, right.
I could get behind it. Like,
See, I told Steven earlier, I cannot get behind that. If you told me if he was a free agent like Cleveland Farrell and you could just get him, I'm 100% for bringing Arden Key in. But if you have to trade anything more than a bag of footballs, the answer is no.
29, he still got some juice. Inside outside versatility.
Did
Again,
he
I
ever
want
have
him on the
juice?
team. I just don't want to go out and purchase.
Yeah. Yeah, the focus needs to be on building the team the right way, and it's through the draft and through smart acquisitions and building up the young guys. So, yeah, a
I, I,
rental doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
I mentioned it to Steven earlier. There's got to be an edge rusher who's a rookie who they liked coming out of college but hasn't. He's on someone's practice squad somewhere. And you could just sign him and put him on the 53 and just be like, dude, we liked your college tape and you're going to go out and play. And we're going to see if you're any good. You can acquire those type of players without trading for anybody. Go find that guy. Come on, John, you can do it.
Cleveland Farrell, right? Former
Well,
number
Yeah, I
four
mean, he's
overall
a
pick.
vet. If you can maybe go do that with a vet, but I'm talking about go get a young guy who might by week 15, 16, it's like, dude, this guy's gonna be here for the next 3 years.
Hmm.
And he's developing.
Hmm.
who was that guy? Speaking of the Raiders, there was an edge rusher that the Raiders drafted like maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago that had like a lot of promise, but he was injured, and I think he's also had trouble staying on the field. I want to
I
say
don't
like
know.
Tyree, something like that.
I don't know.
I don't
Sounds like
know.
he'd be a perfect Niner though. Can't stay on the field.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that's the kind of guy that would be interesting, something like that.
Yeah, someone that you could just go sign. I don't want to trade for somebody at this point. And Kyle's said it publicly multiple times. They don't want to trade for somebody who's not going to be around next season. They're not in the rental business, which to me kind of tells you exactly how they view this team. Is like, we think we're good, and maybe we can make a freaky Cinderella run and go do something crazy this year, but probably not. But we do think we can be pretty good next year. So they're
Quentin
not going to
Williams,
mortgage next year for this year. What'd you
just
say?
I said Quentin Williams. I'm just all in on Quentin Williams. There's
I am too.
nobody that gets me as excited as that.
Yeah, because I mean, he's going to be around for, he could be around for 3 or 4 or even more years. So, yeah, that's
Steven, the
fine.
guy you were thinking of is Tyree Wilson, former number 7 overall pick in the 2023 draft, and he is rumored to be on the trade block.
Well, I think he's had a really hard time staying healthy.
Yeah,
I would
I'm not sure.
imagine if he was a seventh overall pick 2 drafts ago and they're already cutting ties. Yeah.
Well, and that's the same thing, Chasen, before you got on. I heard somebody throwing out Evan Neal, who was like a highly drafted offensive tackle for the Giants that hasn't been able to get on the field because he's been. I'm guessing they would call him a bust at this point. And so I feel like those are the kind of guys that you take some flyers on because you still have control for a couple of years. They obviously have some talent for them to get picked that high. I mean, unless you just know, like you have some intel that's like, no, we never liked them, and exactly what has happened is what we expected. But if it's anything where you thought they were good and you thought they could be used the right way, like I'd like to see what Sala and Kosaric could do with the former number 7 overall edge rush pick.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I'm with that too. Unless you're trading a draft pick for it, then I'm out. And they already did the trade, the player and a seventh, or trade a 6th round pick and get a player in a 7th round. So they've already done that whole little pick swap thing. I don't know that they could do it again unless they're going to trade a 5th round pick and then get a player in a 6th round pick back or something.
They have a whole bunch of 4th round picks, I believe.
For comp picks?
Yeah, comp picks.
Yeah, but like I just don't know who you're trading for that would be cheap enough that the other team would accept a 4th round pick, but good enough that would be worth sending a 4th round pick. You know what I
I
mean?
would do a 4th round pick for Tyree Wilson.
Oh my God, no, I would not.
2 years ago, top 10 pick. You're saying you're not willing to give up a 4th round comp pick to like.
I don't think so. No, for a
I
guy
never,
who,
even, I never even heard of Keon White, and they gave a 6th round for him.
but they also got a pick back, so that they're still going to get another rookie. They didn't lose a rookie pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, so maybe the Raiders have to give you a pick back too. So maybe it's like,
Yeah, so like if I traded a 4th for and I got Tyree Wilson in a 5th, like okay,
well, yeah, maybe it's got to be something like that. I'm just saying.
which actually I would totally do that because the Niners 4th should be in the mid or later, and the Raiders should be early. So you trade back like 15 spots
Well,
to get a player.
it's probably more likely a 6th, but even then, I still think it's worth doing.
Yeah, he's 6'6", 263. That's right up the Niners' alley. He's a big guy.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I've never even
He's
seen this
25.
guy. Never seen this guy play, so I couldn't tell you like, oh, guys, I'm telling you, he gets in the right situation, blah blah. I don't know. I'm just saying that that's the type of guy that I think you probably need to make the offer real good to get him.
Okay, so in 2023 he had 17 games played, and in 24 he had 16.
Well,
Oh.
then I
So
guess
he's
he hasn't
playing.
been
He just
injured.
sucks.
Okay, well,
But maybe see, now that makes me want him because if he's playing and just not producing, now I'm thinking, well, maybe Saul and Kasura could get something out of him. See, now I'm coming around on it.
I just feel like you're not gonna get the guarantee, right? You're not getting anybody good for a cheap price. Like it's not like we're gonna turn that 4th round pick into a starter somewhere like that we know and trust. It's just not gonna happen.
You mean in a trade?
Yeah.
Because you could get a rookie. I mean, Upton Stout is a 4th round pick
Yes.
playing
Yes.
for him
Yes.
right now.
Yeah. I mean in a trade. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, the 4th round pick it's like it's a valuable pick for the Niners, but it's not valuable enough to go get like Minka Fitzpatrick or something.
Just wish they would figure out a way to get Quentin Williams and we don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah, seriously.
Honestly,
All right,
I don't think they're going to trade for any other edge rushers. I mean, they could prove me wrong, but I think it's exactly what you said, Ryan. They're just looking for bodies. They're just doing whatever to, give guys a chance and see what happens. I mean, it would have to be, I think, from the Niners' perspective, like a steal of a deal in order for them to do it.
Did you see that Jerry Jones publicly in an interview or something said, "We've already got a trade done. We'll announce it tomorrow." And I don't
Wow.
even know if he said something about trading away his 1st round pick or something. A lot of people think he's just talking shit or he made like a real big trade. Let me
That's
see if I can
crazy.
find his quote.
That is crazy.
He's the king of making people talk about him
I
and the
know.
Cowboys, though. So it's hard to take anything he says or does that seriously.
And it just says Jerry Jones hints Cowboys have made a trade ahead of the deadline. So yeah,
Do
Trey
we
Hendrickson's
want
going to be a Cowboy.
Trey Hendrickson? Could be. Do we want to give our predictions for?
We can do that later in the week. You talking about the
Oh,
Rams?
okay. Yeah, I just didn't know
Yeah,
if
we
we were
didn't even
doing
talk about
another.
the Rams. We can do another one. I was going to ask your predictions. Do the Niners make another trade? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, but it's just going to be small, in my opinion.
Keon White or Khalil Davis? Like they've done. I mean, they traded for Khalil Davis last year. Does he play?
I
Is he
think
still on the team?
is he even on the team anymore? I think
I
he
don't.
played last year.
I don't
I
know.
remember him being on the field last year.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think they're going to make a move, but yeah, I don't see anything significant coming. So I guess we will see, and then we'll try to get together for a Rams prediction
Maybe
later this week.
Friday.
Uh, yeah, sure.
I feel like there's a lot to say about the Rams and the Niners.
There always is. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe. Are you free Friday, Jason? All right. Let's plan on doing it Friday then.
Until then.
Yep. See ya.
All right. Talk to you guys later.